Hey guys, welcome to Creator Strategies. If you clicked on this video to learn how to make awesome thumbnails like the pros, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Creator Strategies. My name is Michael Driggers, and on this channel we give you the tips and strategies to help grow your online business and turn it into the business of your dreams. On this video, I'm going to go over the 7 musts of YouTube thumbnails. These are the 7 things that you must do in order to get high click-through rates consistently on your thumbnails. I'm also going to go over the 3 tools that the pros use that you can use also to get the same results. Now the last tool that I'm going to go over is really a cheat. It seems like it might not be fair, but it's actually really easy and you can take advantage of it also. Creating and growing an online business is always a journey. I've been watching YouTube videos for years, and recently I decided I wanted to get into the game and start making videos of my own. And it's really been one of the best decisions I think I've made in a long time. I started a channel about 5 months ago, and in just 5 months I became a YouTube partner. Most creators take 1 to 2 years to grow their channel to become a partner, but I did it in less than 5 months. And I'm going to share the tips and strategies that you can use to get that same success. Now, as always, one of the things we decided to do on Creator Strategies is not just tell you what to do, we're also going to show you. So our videos give you the tips and strategies, but they show you exactly how to do and implement the tools. So I'm going to show you how to use each and every one of these tools that we're going over so that you can get the knowledge and the know-how to make truly awesome thumbnails. So let's get started. Now all of these tips and strategies that I'm going over in the 7 musts for YouTube thumbnails are very important. I tried to list these in order of importance. The number 1 must for YouTube thumbnails is actually take the time to create a custom thumbnail. And we're going to show you how to do that in this video. The majority of YouTube creators just use whatever YouTube comes up with, which is just a still frame from the center of your video. Sometimes it works and you can't always be sure, but in general, you don't see any top creators just having the still frame from the middle of the video as their thumbnail. Sometimes I might spend just as much time on creating a thumbnail, or at least a few hours, as I did in making the video. It's that important. Now the second must for YouTube thumbnails is you must make it easy for people to see on their mobile devices. Most people on YouTube are watching your content from their phones. Nearly 70% of all YouTube views come on mobile devices. So why this is significant is if they can't see what your thumbnail is about, or they can't tell what your text says at a quick glance, then they're moving on to the next video. You have to quickly communicate what your video is about, and it has to be very clear. And they have to be able to see it on a mobile device. And that brings me to the 3rd must of YouTube thumbnails. They need to be bright and eye-catching. You're competing against a lot of other videos, and if they don't catch your eye with bright colors, then people aren't going to click on your video. So the 4th must with YouTube thumbnails is you need to be consistent with your style and your color scheme. On the screen here, I'm showing you a channel that does a very good job of being consistent on their color scheme. Now the reason why this is very important is you're going to get most of your subscribers when people actually come and visit your channel. And if they come to your channel and it looks really ugly and all over the place as far as the color scheme, then you're not going to get very many subscribers and people are going to click off of your channel. And another point to note is YouTube is going to suggest your videos, and you want your subscribers and people that have watched your content to recognize, hey, I know that channel, that's one of the channels I like to watch, and then they'll click on it. But if YouTube suggests your video but they don't recognize that it's your channel, then you just lost out on a potential view. Now the fifth must is not necessarily a must, but you really should keep this in mind if you're trying to get high click-through rates. Studies have shown that thumbnails that have faces on the actual thumbnail typically get higher click-through rates. So they do call it YouTube for a reason. People are typically wanting to connect with a creator and be part of a community. And when you show an actual human face on your thumbnail, then they feel like they can connect with that image better. So must number 6 is don't do clickbait. And what that is when you're trying to trick people into clicking on your video based on the thumbnail. And then once they start watching your video, they quickly find out that the video has nothing to do with the actual thumbnail. So this method might be used often on YouTube, but it's not very effective, because if people are clicking on your videos, but then they're abandoning your content, it's going to hurt what they call your audience retention, which is basically how long people watch your YouTube videos. In a nutshell, YouTube's pretty simple. If you create content that people enjoy watching, and they watch it for the majority of the video, YouTube's going to notice that, and they're going to boost that video. And that's ultimately what you want to happen. Now the final and must number 7 is pay attention to your metrics. YouTube does a great job in the YouTube studio of telling you what your click-through rates are. If you don't have a great click-through rate, then you need to make a change. Sometimes I've changed the thumbnail up to 20 different times to try to see if I can get the click-through rates higher. Some of the best creators with the highest click-through rates have never been satisfied with any click-through rate percentage. They're always trying to increase and make tweaks and learn from what YouTube is telling them about how the audience is responding to your thumbnails. And if you're just starting out on YouTube, you're really just trying to find which style of thumbnails are connecting with your audience. Now, I don't want you to be fearful about trying different things on YouTube. You definitely have to experiment, and don't operate out of a spirit of fear. It's kind of like Babe Ruth in baseball. He set many home run records, but he also had a ton of strikeouts. But if he wasn't willing to try to swing for the fences, then he would have never hit all those home runs. And on YouTube, you're really just 1 or 2 videos away from having great success. A lot of the creators said it wasn't until they had one YouTube video blow up that their channel really took off. In business, we're always operating off the 80-20 rule. Typically, 80% of your views are going to come off of 20% of your videos. And that's just a general rule to keep in mind.
So now I need to show you on YouTube how to actually see what your click-through rates are for your videos. So click your channel icon on the right hand side, and then you go to your YouTube studio. Once you're in the YouTube studio, you click videos, you select the video that you want to look at, and you hover over the icon that says analytics. You click the analytics, and then you go to reach. So this video here has a 5.3% click-through rate, because if YouTube showed the video 100 times, 5 people clicked on the video. If you want to change that, that says since published. I've made changes to this video's thumbnail. So now I changed it to the last 7 days. So now the click-through rate went up to 6.3%. And that's how you change it.
Now the next part of this video, I'm going to show you how to make awesome thumbnails. And the reason why I'm showing you is because I wish somebody would have showed me. So I'm going to show you. Now I'm about to go over the 3 tools that tons of people use every single week to create their thumbnails. 2 of the tools have millions of people using them every single week. The one tool that I said in the beginning was a cheat. It has a couple thousand people using this tool every single week. Now for all these tools, I have links in the description below. Now if you sign up with the links below, you'll definitely be supporting my channel, because these links are affiliate links, which means the companies will actually pay me a referral fee if you sign up for one of the paid options. That way I can keep producing content that helps you grow your YouTube channel, and I greatly appreciate any support. Most of the tools have free and paid options, so everybody can use them. Now I'm going to switch over to the computer and we're going to jump right into creating these thumbnails.
Okay, so here is the thumbnail that we are going to create. I'm going to create this in two different tools. One, I'm going to use Canva, and I'm also going to use TubeBuddy. Now, one thing, if you notice, these are all of the colors that I use for my channel. It has the elements that we were discussing before. You know, black, white, red, those are my colors. There's the face right there. It's pretty eye-catching. The letters are fairly big, easy to read. So, it meets all the criteria that I try to set up every single time for creating the thumbnails. And it also has an element where people are like, what is that? It just piques people's curiosity with the big explosion here. So that's what we're going for. So the first tool we're going to go over is Canva. And why am I recommending Canva? Well, it's the reason why millions of creators use this tool every single week to pretty much design all of their thumbnails, all of their posts across their social media platforms. You can really almost design just about anything with Canva, and they have the tools waiting on you to make whatever you want to make. So let's talk about the different plans that Canva offers. Canva offers a 30-day free trial for the pro version, but they do offer the free version, and it's again free forever. The cool thing is all of what I'm going over with you right now is 100% available for you to do with Canva, specifically on any phone that you have. All you have to do is download the application, and you can use these tools on your phone. So that's really cool. I know 70% of the folks on YouTube are just using their phone, so you can do all this on your phone. Of course, I have the pro version, which is $10 a month. It does say $9.95 right here per month, but that's if you paid on a yearly basis. I believe it's really $12.95 per month if you choose the monthly billing there. So I'm logged into my account right now with Canva. There is entirely too much to go over if I try to do a tutorial on Canva altogether. I'm really just going to show you what you need to do this edit right here. The great thing is they do have a learn section where you can come in here and basically go to their design school and take a few courses. And so that's a great tool to help you upgrade your skills. If you're new to YouTube, new to creating, it's going to be a constant journey like anything else, and you have to continually upgrade your skills. So the more time that you can set aside to learn, the better off you're going to be. And they've got some great courses here that you can take. So one thing, you have all your designs that you've ever created over here on the left-hand side. So it's great that they're all stored for you, so you can go make changes to it. So if you create this, you just come here and click all your designs, and all your designs are on the left-hand side. Basically, what I always do when I'm starting off is I click Create a Design, and then you can type in anything depending on which platform you're using. So YouTube, if I can spell it right, YouTube thumbnail, and it's right there. So as you can see, it already tells you what the dimensions are if you wanted to create a custom. But the great thing about Canva, whether it's a Facebook post, the YouTube channel, or the YouTube icon, there it is. They have all the dimensions already created, so you don't have to go and look and say, what size photo should I use for this? It's already in there for you. So that's why let's go ahead and click YouTube thumbnail. They already have a tremendous amount of material that you can go ahead and use. You could just click this Safari, and then it pre-populates on there, and everything on here pretty much is changeable. So for example, if you were in the travel niche, you could just use their templates and click this right here to see all of them. I've actually used this one before, and I got some really good click-through rates when I used it. I will show you how to edit this and make this thing really pop. I mean, it's got some great colors in there right now, but I did want to show you this one thing that I wish somebody would have showed me. So that's why I'm showing it to you, because it's like, man, if somebody would have just showed me this, it would have been really cool. So if you go up here to Effects, actually, if you go to Filter, I love doing this filter right here. If you click on Peony, see how that changed, man? And you can make it more intense. So I use that just to stand out. You know, in YouTube, you're trying to stand out. So you see how that has a lot greater pop to it? Let's go back to 9. I mean, Peony's my favorite right there. Bam. And then you just go like that. Drag that intensity over. And that's the type photo that you have right there. So always click on filter and, you know, tweak your photos. I've done some great edits. You almost couldn't tell it was the same photo. So if you like a photo but it doesn't have the right pop to it, you can click on a few of the tools that they offer and make changes to it. So there's no way I'd have enough time to go through all these different effects up here, but you really just need to play around with it and see what's available for you as far as making your photos really pop. I mean, they have a lot of different options up here. I'll show you a few of the ones that I use. Flip, I don't know how you can, somehow it's crazy. This blows my mind how they changed the, look right here where the trail is or the road. If you flip it, I mean, that just blows my mind how they can do that. Flipping it vertically, you know, you can say, man, I'm just having a day that seems backwards or upside down or something like that. You could use that on your thumbnail. Anyway, cool stuff. So ultimately, you're going to need to know how to type in some text to make those texts look awesome, and that's what I'm about to show you here. It'd be great if you could just get a photo and only provide the photo, and people know exactly what your video is about, and they're like, man, I want to click on that because it's so intriguing, but most likely you're going to need to add some text. So right here, you can click on background. Now they provide you with tons of different templates that you can use. And then let's just choose a sample background. So I'm going to choose this pink one here. And then if you do some text, one of the things, I just click text on the side and click add a heading. Again, guys, you can do this on your mobile. Everything I'm showing you is available on the mobile app, and it's really cool. So this is where you click to choose a font. So I typically, you know, they have every single font under the sun on here. I like to use Archivo Black or Archivo Black, however you say it. So if you look here, you know, your text definitely has to, as we talked about earlier, has to show up on mobile. So you're going to want to make your text big if you're going to put it on there. You don't want people to take a long time to figure out what it says. So that's how you increase. You can also type it in. So if you wanted to say, like, if you just wanted to do 81 and make it that much bigger, or do an exact number, you don't have to just choose from these choices here. So you can say 99. So what I like to do is always go to effects right here. I like to choose this one and just make block letters. And you can make the offset greater. I don't usually like it to be that much. You can change the color of the offset, so if you want it to be white. And I just think this helps your text stand out, having some of these offsets here. You can make it, you can turn it into, you know, some neon, and you can increase the intensity of this. You'll see how that adds another little pop to it. You can also, you know, do something like that. It's just cool how you can change a lot of these different things. Again, you can do the offset, you know, increase the 3D effect. I like some of the neon, and this is cool here. So anyway, I've used all of these, and that just helps your text stand out among the crowd versus just having normal text. I like to do that. I wanted to show you guys that so you can use this feature also. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is take this photo right here, and we need to remove the background. Nobody showed me how to remove this background stuff. So that's why I'm showing it to you guys, so you'll know how to do it, so you can be like a pro from the beginning. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to click on uploads, and then you want to click upload an image, and then you would choose your device. So I took a bunch of photos that I wanted to remove the background on, so this is the one I'm going to use, and you click open, and then you just wait till it uploads to their server. Okay, and you're going to step one. You see how I'm dragging it just and making it take up the entire space. I want to get the top of my head in there. So this is how you'll remove the background. You just would go to effects here, and you click on the background remover and let it do its thing. Some of your phones will now do it. My phone will not. Some of the newer models of phones have the background remover because they have, greater photo editing capabilities. So this next part is very important. You want to download this and click transparent background, because if you don't click transparent background, then it'll have a white background. Now, we're about to go over TubeBuddy here in a second, which is the second tool that I'm going to show you. But after we go over TubeBuddy, I actually am going to show you another tool that allows you to remove backgrounds for free also, in case you don't actually use Canva. You just click download, and then it's going to show up in your download files on your computer. So again, this is just one of the pieces that we just created, was my picture. Now I need to actually get this background, and this photo on there teed up ready for TubeBuddy. So I've got my template pulled up again. I want to go down to backgrounds, and I think this is the color that we've used before. So this was the color red that Canva suggested, but I clicked on the color and it brought up these other. I like using this color, and it gives you this code here, the pound FF1616. If you'll see that there. If you're having trouble with that, seeing that, you could always blow up your screen and make it larger. So then when you scroll down and hovered over it, now it's a little bit larger. Bright red, that's my color that I'm using, the pound FF1616. So these codes that you have right here, the important thing is that you want to write down your code so you can get an exact match on whichever platform you're using, whether this platform, Canva, or TubeBuddy. If you just write down that code and type it in right here, then it'll actually bring up that exact color no matter which photo editing platform that you're using. So I need to find that photo that I use. So typically what you will do is go to photos, and they have a tremendous, I think it was 400,000 photos or something like that. So I wanted to show up an explosion, so I think I type in explosion, and I just look through here, and it takes time. I think so. Right off the bat, I was like, man, that's a cool explosion right there. This one would have been pretty good also, but I ultimately. So this is how you delete it. You just click the delete button. I ultimately use this photo here. So, I'm going to want to move this. Well, I'm going to want to move this over to the left. And move it up and down. I'm going to move it all the way up here. because I want to leave a lot of room for some text. So that's how you just manipulate it right there. And that looks about good. So I think we're ready now. I don't know if they changed it to the correct. There we go. So that looks like the way that I want it. So then I would just finally hit download. Download. Guys, we're going to want to find some elements. I'm going to use the elements that TubeBuddy provides, but if you wanted some elements, then they're available over here. I could have used any one of these. You know, I typed in the word bomb and they gave me some examples of bombs here. Just waiting for these to load. But I could have used any of them. I was debating on using this one. If you just clicked on it, and we could drag it here, and you could swing it around and drag it down. And that might be too big, so I might make it smaller by dragging the corner. So there's your bomb photo. So guys, they have tons of elements on here, tons of things to make your videos look really cool. Guys, I want to talk to you about the photos real quick. There are a tremendous amount of photos on here that you can choose from. You're going to need to have some photos that really pop, really stand out, and I think it's very awesome that, you know, for $13 they give you photos that you can use commercially, and just tons of them. So I don't think you really need another source, but there is another source in here. And so if you will go down to more, they have lots of apps down here. They have, if you need a ton of these emojis, you've got a bunch of these emojis that you can use from. Emojis are really cool. I mean, just more emojis than you could search by the different emoji that you want. Let's go back to more again. There are a couple free services that are very well known and provide great images. One is Pexels, one is Pixabay. They have it right here on the site, so you don't have to go to the other sites. But that was Pixabay, so there's just more photos in there for you to choose. Even if you're using the free version of Canva and you wanted even more photos, you could just continue using either Pexels or Pixabay. Again, it's in the more. You just go down here to the emojis or Pexels, and there's your Pexels. And so you should have plenty of photos to choose from and make some awesome thumbnails. So now let's jump over to TubeBuddy, and I'll show you how to put this thing together. So I probably ought to actually tell you what TubeBuddy is, since I've been talking about it. It is the second tool that we're going to be talking about here today. So basically, TubeBuddy is a company that provides tools and services to help YouTube creators be successful. Now today, I'm only going to be talking about the thumbnail generator tool, but they have tons of different services that you can check out later. So real quick, scrolling up to what they provide, they have a couple different versions. You can sign up for a free, a pro, a star, and a legend. And what they're best known for is really their SEO, search engine optimization tools, and picking keywords. But they've added this thumbnail creator right here. The only difference from the free version versus one of the paid options is you can't download the image. You can still create it. You can also use the emoji picker. I mean, everything's available on the free version, so you're going to be able to use it whether you go with the free or the pro version. But I am going to talk about the pricing real quick. So of course the free is free, and these are monthly options here. If you go with the pro, it's $9 a month if you have over 1,000 subscribers. But right here it says if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you'd actually click this here, and that would knock it down to $4.50. Let's jump right into the tool. So I'm over here inside the Creator Studio, and if you want to use this thumbnail creator by TubeBuddy, you'll need to have installed the extension to your browser, and when you sign up for TubeBuddy, they will have walked you through this. So these are the 2 test videos, and you'll want to click edit right here. And what we're going to do is use the create thumbnail plugin that's already on the web for TubeBuddy. So click here. So you could use a still frame for the video, a solid color, or an existing image, and that's where I'm going to upload the image. So now I'm uploading the image, and then you actually have to select it and then hit continue. Here at this screen, you can add text, you can add another image, you can add some shapes, and then you can add the emojis. So at this point, I'm going to add the other image that I want to. As you guys know, I already have the image right there, so I'm not going to wait for it to upload. So we chose it. And I need to make it a little bit smaller, so you just grab the side right there. And I kind of like having it over here to the side, so just to make it look a little more odd, having me kind of peeking over the side there. And then we also want to add the emoji. So here was the emoji that I found, was the bomb. So we'll just click the bomb there and move him. I think we'll just leave it just like that. We might make it just a little bit smaller. Maybe I'll straighten him up a little bit. I might make it a little bit bigger. So then we want to add the text to it. And I think we said your secret weapon. A lot of times what you have to do is just type like that. It already has my favorite font here. We want to use white text, so you just kind of click up here in the white, and that will be it. So choose, and then you click add layer. So here's how you make this look really cool, is you just click on it here, and then you can choose to put some different features. You could do some shadowing there. You can make it just bright as all get out. These are the features that I like to use right here. And then we'll go through here and also add the other word weapon. Okay guys, I'm going to put this on hyperdrive and just speed through this as I'm making all the rest of the text. You basically just keep adding text and position it in the way that you want to position it. So pretty much, as you can see, everything that you want to do can be done while staying on YouTube using the TubeBuddy plugin. You know, Canva has a lot more tools on that website because it's basically a graphic design website. So of course it's going to have more functionality. TubeBuddy is not a graphic design company, but they're providing tools that you can do a pretty good job with what they're providing with this thumbnail generator. So as you can see, we're getting it pretty much finalized the way that we wanted, and added in all the letters, and just you can always just reposition things. So next we just click continue, and right now they're going to show you how your thumbnail matches up against other similar videos based on the keywords. Right now it's showing trailers because that's what the title of this video is called, trailer there. So right here is where you can download the thumbnail, and the free version you can generate the thumbnail, but you can't actually download it unless you have one of the paid versions. So next you'll just want to click Save and Continue, and then they're going to ask you if you're sure, and you say okay, and that's it. And now they're going to publish your thumbnail. Okay guys, in the beginning of the video I mentioned that I was going to talk about the TubeBuddy A/B testing tool that they offer. It's basically where you take two different thumbnails and see which one performs better. Not too difficult. They do offer an automated service though that you can put it on autopilot. They give you a report that gives you a lot more information than you might be able to collect yourself. So here's my free method, the Michael Driggers method. I just typically take a look at the thumbnail click-through percentage for the last week. I make a small modification to the thumbnail, and then I let that thumbnail run for a week. And I do that and just check to see how the click-through rate is performing after a week. But that method takes you just being on top of the metrics and monitoring it all yourself. So this is the report that TubeBuddy will give you if you do their A/B testing. Now I will mention to you this fact. You don't want to switch out or mess with the thumbnails during the first 4 to 5 days after you launch a video, because YouTube is actually seeing how viewers react to your video, and it typically messes up the video performance if you do that, because YouTube's getting mixed signals. After 4 or 5 days, you really should start looking to see if you can improve the click-through rate of your video. So the A/B testing tool is only available in the Legend license, so you'll have to upgrade. So I upgraded my license in order to use the A/B testing tool and run this particular test that we're looking at here. TubeBuddy does recommend that you run your test over a 14-day period. The reason why is because they let a thumbnail run for a complete day and then they alternate to another day. So to have every single day of the week covered, to have 2 Sundays, 2 Saturdays, 2 Fridays, the only way to do that is to run it for 14 days. On this particular test, I didn't allow the test to run for the full 14 days. I stopped it short between about 8 and 9 days. So here's what the report that they give you looks like. So it always starts off and says, based on the total number of impressions and clicks, we're 58% sure that your variation will perform better than the original. This is not yet statistically significant because they're looking for a 95% confidence level. So they give you what the click-through rate difference was between the original and the variation. Not much difference here. They give you what the impressions were. Not much difference between the impressions, even though the variation did get more. The watch time minutes were greater with the variation. So moving to the next slide. The total views were a lot greater, it seemed like, with the variation. The view duration was about the same on this video between the two. The watch time minutes seemed to be a lot greater with the variation to me. Moving to the next slide. But this seems significant and was why I decided to stop the test, because I gained 161 subs with the variation versus 119 subscribers with the original. The number of likes, I did get 10 more likes than the original. I got less dislikes than I got dislikes with the original. It was kind of strange how I got a lot more comments with the original than the variation. So this is the type of information that TubeBuddy gives you when you're running your A/B test. I hope that's helpful to help you make a decision whether you want to use the A/B testing feature that TubeBuddy offers. So that's all I really wanted to go over in this video about TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy has a ton of different features that we weren't even able to scratch the surface on. But I mentioned earlier in the video that I wanted to show you another free background remover tool, and you can find it on Pixlr.com. So real quick, you could just go to Pixlr and then click Remove Background, and then click Open Image. So we just go back and find that same image and then click Open. And there it is. Okay, so it just removed the background. So here's the image, and you just would click download. Typically when you see these little checkerboarded or X's, the checkerboarded background, that means that the background is transparent, and that's what you always want. Guys, this would be the cheat method that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, and I'm going to go over this now. So this website you're looking at here is called Fiverr.com. Guys, Fiverr.com is a website that provides freelance services to anyone for just about anything. So one of the ways you can use this as a cheat is you could just come over and type in YouTube thumbnail. You can just peruse through here, but basically anywhere from $5 to $10. You can see this person has straight up 5-star rating, over 1,000 designs. This person has 5-star rating, 1,000 designs, starting at $5. You can just look through here and see if you see a style that you like, and you just would message these folks.
YouTube is a business, and if there are any parts of your business that you're getting stuck on, you can go over to Fiverr and find somebody to fill those services. So if you really don't feel like creating the thumbnails, you could just hire one of these professional designers to do all of your thumbnail creations for you, and they'll give you multiple edits. Typically, most of them are very easy to work with, and they don't charge too much. A lot of them are not in the United States. You can use US designers, but you can also use designers from the Philippines, or I've used ones from Bangladesh, and they only charge $5 to do the thumbnails. So the first channel that I created, I'm not even actually on the channel. I hired a voiceover artist from Fiverr to do all of the voiceover edits on that channel. She was a lot better at speaking than I was, and that's one reason why I think the channel has done so well. So I have a link in the description below, and you will have to set up an account in order to message one of these designers. But pretty much you can find anything that you need on Fiverr. There's courses that you can take, there's accounting services that you can use, there's video editors on there that can edit your videos. Pretty much if you need it, it's probably available on Fiverr. So everybody on YouTube wants to have a viral video, including me. One of the metrics that YouTube looks at is the engagement. So right now, if you could take time to like this video, make a comment down below, or subscribe, that would be great. So why would you want to subscribe to my channel? Well, the reason is pretty simple. I'm going to share some income strategies and some tools and tips that will cut your learning curve down tremendously on YouTube. You don't have to buy into the notion that you need to wait 2 years until your channel grows to 100,000 subscribers before you start earning income. You can start earning income with 0 subscribers, and I'm going to show you how in some of the future videos. Now, if you're creating video content, you definitely want to show up high in the search rankings. And TubeBuddy actually has tools to help you do that, to help your videos rank high in search and get found on YouTube. So I actually have a video where we go over the search engine optimization tools that TubeBuddy provides, and you can click on that video at the end. Now, all video creators need to make videos and they need to edit videos. I use WeVideo to edit and make all of my videos. They are an online platform, so no download anything to your computer, and they also have mobile applications too. I created a video just going over all of the features and how easy it is to edit videos using their service. Now, as always, I want to thank you for watching this video from Creator Strategies. One final thought for you. The reason why we named this channel Creator Strategies is twofold. Number one is we're definitely going to give you strategies as a creator that you can use to grow your online business. The second reason, though, is more important than the first. The God of the Bible is actually the creator of all things seen and unseen. And He definitely gave us strategies that we can find in the scriptures to help us in our endeavors. One of the strategies and a constant theme throughout the scriptures is this: Commit your plans to the Lord and they will succeed. So keep that in mind as you plan out your online business strategy. Now I'll see you on the next video.